Hello, my beautiful Gemini. Welcome or welcome back to Unbound Soul Tarot. I'm Helen, and this week we are going to be looking at the messages that your soul wants you to know right now, or wants to tell you. And I know it's somewhat different again than what we've been doing previously. It's a somewhat different reading for me as well. It feels very different. But I was called to do this reading in one of my meditations. So I just figured that since it came to me, it has to be significant, at least for someone, right? So that's what we're doing this week. And even though we are looking into the messages from your soul, I do still want to remind you guys that this is a general reading. So not all of the messages are going to resonate with every single one of you. So just please use your discernment and take the messages that you feel that are meant for you. You will know when something rings true for you internally in your heart. You will know if this is your message. And everything that you don't resonate with, you can just leave behind, as always. But let's get straight to it. We're going to start with the Secret Language of Light Oracle, and we're going to see the two major themes that your soul wants to talk about right now. Oh, healing. Wow. Okay. Oh my goodness. And soul love. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. If you are healing, that it definitely means that there is a lot of love that is involved. A lot of love is needed to heal this. Whatever wound it is that you are healing. Because yeah, healing just, it takes so much out of you that it kind of requires a lot of love. But let's see, I want one more. Oh yeah, oh my goodness, nourish. Oh, an interesting numerological synchronicity as well. We have number 5 and number 23, which reduces to 5. 2 plus 3 is 5. Oh, and we have number 9, soul journey, as the underlying energy. So yeah, it definitely seems like your soul is going through something, some kind of huge passage, or some kind of very significant change, because it feels like something from the past that has been that may have taught you a lot, but I feel like it has definitely left some marks on you, which are possibly the things that you are moving away from and that you are healing, or kind of trying to remedy right now. But it is all part of moving forward, moving on, which is what your soul seems to be doing with the soul journey here. Moving on. And with this nourish here as well, it makes so much sense, right? Because you need to really take care of yourself. Again, the soul love, which came out as the underlying energy for the first card. You need the love. You need to be gentle, and you need to be really, really giving a lot of care to yourself as you're going through this. So I feel like those two aspects are what your soul really wants to emphasize at this time, so that you would pay a lot of attention to yourself, and really pay a lot of attention to taking care of yourself, to looking after yourself, to pampering yourself, and giving yourself everything that you feel that you need right now as you are going through this healing process. But I'm also going to read from the guidebook. So we have number 5, healing. Be illuminated by love and truth. Right now, healing is taking place to support your understanding of the gifts in your experiences. Weird or difficult circumstances can often be a fast-track path to your desires. Until we recognize subtle imbalances, the best way to clean up outdated beliefs is to have our buttons pushed. Buttons are created by continued attention to unbalanced thoughts, ideas, or beliefs. Every time we are reminded of or talk about a hurt, it pushes a button and reopens a wound that we are yet to heal. Wounds are created by mental, spiritual, or physical trauma. Poking at them will prolong the healing process. Leave them alone so balance can be restored and wholeness can return. Inspired action for healing may include seeing a therapist, consulting a medical professional, or spending time in the ocean. I'm sorry, it's just interesting that we're getting this like ocean or water, this planet kind of, what's the word? Kind of being submerged in water. That's, or, you know, ocean, whatever. It's just interesting. Focusing on what you love is also healing. All is perfect in every moment, even if we can't see it at the time. So, yeah. Whatever it is that you are healing, it feels like a very significant wound, because otherwise your soul wouldn't talk about it, right? It seems to be something that is affecting your soul. It seems to be something that is touching your soul. It seems, and it also seems like it's something that has possibly happened in the past already. But I feel like it's still having a very strong effect on you in some aspect. And again, it's just, it seems that something from way past when is still having a very strong impact on you. That's the thing that hasn't been healed, and that's why it's coming to the surface now, because it is time, right? Your soul is wanting to journey forward, so it's time. It's time to deal with it. Okay, and then we have number 23, nourish. You are love and you are loved. This image consists of your soul star, Gaia, the soul of earth, and the divine cleansing that is expanding the love of all. Honor your temple, your body, for it is the physical manifestation of your soul. In doing so, you honor earth, for she is the physical manifestation of Gaia. Don't judge your environment or your body, just be discerning about what you focus on and digest what feels helpful. Gaia knows how grateful you are because you are here. She wants to remind you that worthiness and ease are your birthright. You are creating beauty, intimacy, and deeper connections with Gaia and your higher self just by playing on Earth. Feel Gaia's loving embrace everywhere, in nature, a backyard, a pot plant, or your mind's eye. If there is something you want to change about you or Gaia's body, or Gaia's body, connect with your soul and be inspired by a new path that will lead you to your desire. On this planet, all is forever moving into more and more love. So it's kind of funny that they talked about moving on a path, because that's exactly what the underlying energy is. So that seems to be what you're doing, or at least what your soul is doing, regardless of whether you are aware of it or not. But considering that the healing card is here, it feels like you are very much aware of it, because I feel like the healing and possibly the pain and discomfort are being brought to the surface for a reason. So again, so that you could heal them, finally deal with them once and for all, and move forward. So yeah, this nourishing essence, or this nourishing message, is, I feel, just coming through, so that you could really take care of yourself and pay attention to what your body is asking of you, what your body is requiring as you're going through this healing. But I'm going to lay down the spread as well. We're going to be using the Moonchild Tarot for this this time, and I'm going to again lay the cards all out on the table, and then I'm going to talk you through them one by one. Wow, this is some spread. So I'm actually going to start with the Page of Pentacles in reverse, which is the underlying energy for your reading. And it's so interesting, and sometimes it just like I don't even know how to it kind of takes me by surprise how the decks that I feel called to use in like specific readings, how they end up bringing something very unique and very necessary for the readings at hand. And that's kind of the case with the Page of Pentacles here, because in this deck, the way that this card is illustrated and the way that it came out in reverse, it looks like she's letting something go, because when the card is upright, it's like she's reaching for this pentacle. But in reverse, it's almost like she's throwing the coin away, or like she's letting it drop and fall out of her hands, almost like she's saying farewell or goodbye to this coin. And that's kind of the message here. That's something that you maybe have held very close, or very something that has been very dear to you, something that has been at least quite a significant part of your life, something that you very likely have devoted a lot of attention to at least at some point in your life, is falling away, or it's time for you to let it go. And I also kind of get the sense that even if it's something that did happen a long time ago, and even if it's something that hasn't been a part of your life for some time, I think it's still kind of stayed with you all this time. I think it's something that really, really got under your skin and affected you more than you realized at the time. But it's, again, with this illustration of the card, it's like it's time to let that go, and that's kind of what you're doing here. Now, going through the spread one by one, we have the Six of Wands in reverse. This card is symbolizing what your soul wants you to pay attention to right now and what is really important. And with this, I'm getting the sense that it's really important for you to pick yourself up and dust yourself off and move forward, not considering whatever it is that you are healing, or not considering this pain or this trauma or this wound as some kind of failure or some kind of thing that wasn't successful. Not like focusing on that, not focusing on the way that things didn't work out as expected, but focusing on what you have learned from it, what it taught you, and what you did gain from it, right? How it enriched your life in some kind of knowledge or wisdom that you didn't have before. And I'm just quickly kind of jumping ahead here, because the Divine Wisdom card, it's funny that it came through, because you actually did get a card of wisdom, which is this is a specific card to this deck. This is an extra additional card in the Major Arcana that is not actually part of a traditional tarot deck, but it's funny that kind of came through, and I felt very strongly called to kind of bring that to the forefront, to focus more so on the things that the situation taught you, and let go of the aspect of it being some kind of failure, or you failing in something, in some aspect, or things not turning out the way that they were supposed to, or something like that, right? Picking yourself up, dusting yourself off. That's the most important thing right now. This Ace of Pentacles in reverse is symbolizing the thing that is not as important right now, or that you shouldn't really worry about or shouldn't fret over too much. And with this, I'm getting the sense that it's okay if the healing process is not as smooth as you would like it to. It's okay if it's kind of a crooked path, and ones with kind of like ups and downs, and if it doesn't turn out the way that you want it to turn out, if it's not a kind of like a successful progression in a linear sense, it's absolutely fine that you have these periods where you feel like you are moving forward, and when you feel like you're already doing better, but then you kind of have a relapse, and then you kind of pick yourself up and you move ahead again. It's like, it's okay, and it's human to have these things, to have these relapses, and to get sucked back into some more like negative and self-defeating and like guilty or sad emotions, whatever the emotions are that are infused in this healing process for you, right? Whatever the emotions are that are involved are for you, it's okay. And don't beat yourself up too much about the process kind of being somewhat wonky, or being somewhat not very smooth sailing. So if it takes you a long time, if it doesn't go as planned, if it's not like a perfect progression, That's absolutely fine. Don't beat yourself up over that. That's absolutely fine. And we get to the Six of Pentacles now. This card is symbolizing the main lesson for you right now. And that's kind of, actually, this card is fairly straightforward. This is just talking about balance, regaining balance and harmony in your life. That's at the forefront of things. You really need to get yourself back to a place where you are centered, where you are grounded, where you are just okay, where everything is kind of balanced and as it should be, and you are at peace with things. So the key words of balance and harmony are the most important for you in this situation, and that's kind of the thing that you're trying to regain. That's what you're trying to get back to, or that's what your soul is trying you to get back to. Okay, and now we get to this divine wisdom. So this is the kind of secret weapon that you have at your disposal that is going to help you in this situation and in this lesson. And as I was saying, it does feel like you have a lot of wisdom to tap into. You have gained a lot of knowledge from experiencing this thing, this situation, this circumstance, whatever it is for you. Whatever it is that you're healing and letting go, you have learned a lot from it. And that's something that you can really use to your benefit. And I'm also getting the sense that you are an old soul. I don't know why, but I'm getting a very strong feeling that you're an old soul, and that you have experienced numerous lifetimes before, where you have so much wisdom to tap into, so much wisdom, and your soul knows that that you have this well of knowledge and well of information and well of experiences to tap into, and you can get through this, like, no question about it. You can absolutely get through this and leave this stuff behind and move forward onto the next chapter. So I feel like your soul knows exactly what it's doing, and it knows exactly how to kind of support you and how to be there for you. So that's something that you have, that you can really use to your benefit. And at the same time, I'm also getting the sense that this divine wisdom is also talking about your kind of spiritual team and your support system around you. The spiritual support system around you, who are there for you, and they are kind of guiding you, and they're trying to also kind of give you hints and give you clues and talk to you and give you some assistance, give you some advice as well. And the last card, which is the King of Cups in reverse, this is talking about what you are going to be gaining from going through this lesson, what this lesson is going to give you or provide you. And I just kind of feel like, and I know that even though the King of Cups came out in reverse, which is normally not like the most positive association, or kind of brings forth a more shadowy aspect, but in this case I got so drawn to the illustration of the cards, where you can clearly see how if the King of Cups had come out in upright, he would be facing all of this past, everything that you were trying to work your way through and kind of journey away from. But as he came out in reverse, I'm getting the sense that you're kind of turning your back on it. You're kind of turning your back, and you're saying, as I said, you're saying goodbye, right? You're letting this pentacle go. You're letting this thing go that you have held with you, that you have carried with you. You are taking the knowledge, you're taking the experiences and the wisdom that this has taught you, but you're turning your back on it, emotionally speaking. You're turning your back on it. You're not letting it kind of carry this much power over you, this much weight over you. You're letting it go, and you're kind of clearing out the slate. Again, emotionally speaking, because this is the King of Cups and he's all about emotions. You're clearing the slate, emotionally speaking, for the future as you turn your face and your gaze towards new horizons. Again, your soul is on a journey. You're going to be going through a threshold, or I should say you're going to be going over a threshold, and through this beautiful gateway, through this beautiful door to a whole new experience. So that's really amazing, honestly. And even though, as the book said as well, so kind of aptly, that even though when you are in the middle of it, you might not see exactly what is happening and why it's happening the way that it is. You might not see the beauty or the reason for all of this, but you will. You definitely will. And it is all for the betterment of you. Again, even if it is something that you're currently struggling with, and even if it is something that is painful at this time, it will pass and you will get to this emotional stability again. But I also want to give you a couple of oracle cards. We're going to start with the Work Your Light Oracle deck and see if we can get some additional pieces of advice or guidance for you from your soul. Oh, we have one. Sisterhood of the Rose, Beauty and Devotion, Priestess, Mystic, Teacher. Oh, I actually want to keep it on this side because I'm getting a tie with the Divine Wisdom here, where it's like, again, it's like, it's almost like there is this divine energy around you. And again, I love that it's saying mystic and teacher, because I feel like it's kind of like the wisdom that you have gained from this experience and that you are gaining even more so. It's kind of something that you can really, like, you can share your experiences with others and inspire others through them. But again, also, as I was talking about you being an old soul, I kind of feel like it's kind of tying in with that as well, with the priestess and the mystic and the teacher. Because you have all of this knowledge to share. So that's amazing. But I want one more. Can I get an additional message for Gemini regarding this spread, please? Thank you. Oh. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. Oh my goodness. Well, what was I saying before? What was I saying? Oh, don't dim to fit in. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? Okay, so I kind of, with this Anna, grandmother of Jesus energy, I kind of got the energy or the feeling, right, as I was saying, that this is all part of a plan. And even though as you're going through this, you may not understand exactly why you're going through what you're going through and why it has to be the way that it is. And even with the Six of Wands, right, when I was saying how you might be kind of you might be getting stuck in the aspect of things not working out the way that you expected them to, and maybe getting sucked into the disappointment of it and the kind of quote-unquote failure of the situation. But again, it's all part of a plan. The way that things are working out and the way that this experience played out for you, it's all part of a divine plan. And as you're going through this as well, this is, again, you are laying foundations, right? Laying foundations for a new chapter in your life that is opening up. A new chapter. So yeah, it's really, really, really beautiful cards. And I kind of feel like it's even, again, it's kind of even tying in with the divine wisdom as well. There's something really, really powerful about your soul, I feel like, because this card for some reason is kind of indicating your soul to me. At least that's what it feels like. I get a very strong indication of your soul coming through this card. I just feel like it's really teaching you so much, so much, so that again you could become the teacher and the kind of the mentor and the advisor for other people who may be going through similar things that you're going through right now, and you'll be able to help them in their situation because you've gone through it and you've experienced it. So yeah, really powerful messages coming through with this oracle. But I also want to give you a Sufi wisdom oracle card. as like a last piece of advice for you from your soul. I'm gonna get a last piece of advice for Gemini from their soul regarding this spread. Oh my goodness. Wow. Do you see? Face your fears. Farewell to fear phantoms. I don't think I've ever gotten this card. And it is so powerful. Oh my goodness. Transformation. Let love transform you forever. Exactly. That's what you're going through. You are going through a transformation. You are going through a huge shift because, see, again, you are on this journey. You are going through kind of like a rite of passage. You are ascending to a new level. You are going to a new chapter. So yeah, it kind of feels like you do need to face some fears. And I feel like the fear, more so than anything, is just tied to losing this thing that you have been carrying with you, because I feel like it has become a part of you. It has really been ingrained in you somehow. It has been embedded in you somehow. And I feel like you're scared to let it go. But that's it kind of feels almost like an inevitability. And at the end, when you get to the end of this with the King of Cups in reverse, where you kind of regain this like emotional stability and kind of turning your face towards the future, I feel like at that point it kind of won't be how you see it right now anymore, if that makes any sense. But I'm gonna leave it there. And then this last oracle, this is the Whispers of Love Oracle deck, and I want to give you a last, like a love message from your soul to help you go through this. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, you have number 37, act as if your partner is here. Whether you have someone in your life or not, act as if they are with you, so you will always consider them. That's the card that you got. But then the underlying energy is number 33, appreciate this moment. Every situation is an opportunity to grow and find love. So yeah, it's kind of, again, it's the underlying energy, I feel like, is talking about, like, or tying in with what I was saying before, where even if you can't see what is happening, it's part of this divine plan, this divine plan over here. Have faith in the process of this, and I hope that it also kind of offers you some kind of comfort as you're going through these more challenging times. But with the card that you got, act as if your partner is here, I kind of feel like that's more so tying in with the kind of the future energies, because and it's interesting that you're getting like a relationship card. So it might be some kind of relationship that you are releasing, or some kind of person, or a memory of a person that you're releasing. I don't know. I kind of feel like it's tying in more so with future energies, maybe like giving you reassurance or giving you some kind of hope that new love will come to your life again, if this is a love situation for you. But even if it isn't a love situation for you, I just feel like it's kind of talking about consideration and compassion and understanding, and not just taking care of yourself, but also, again, considering other people's needs, which is always a good thing. Always a good thing. But first and foremost, especially with this Nourish card, I feel like the main focus for you right now is to get yourself back in center, and when you yourself feel balanced and in harmony and all good, then everything else will smooth out as well. But yeah, I'm going to leave you there, my sweet Gemini. As always, if this was your story and if you resonated with this, please consider giving me a thumbs up. It would mean so much to me, because I would know that these readings, as bizarre as they are at times, are actually helpful and the messages are being received. And yeah, if you haven't already, Don't forget to subscribe as well so that you wouldn't miss out on all the future readings we will be doing. And that's it. I am sending you so much love and light, my sweet Geminis. Please hang in there and please look after yourselves as you're going through this. And I hope to see you guys very soon. But in the meantime, take care of yourselves and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.